It's fantasy football draft season, and today we're looking at 12 wide receivers who are looking to skyrocket up the board in your drafts here soon. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're helping you win your draft with strategies. We're going to help you set your lineups, find those gems off the waiver wire every single day this season. Click that button, stop missing out. Ric Flair's watching. You do not want to disappoint Ric Flair, but we're digging in today. We're getting in here. Rasheed Shaheed's the first player we're looking at. We have not talked about him for a long time. But this is a wide receiver that we got to make a point to talk about because quarterback battle right now. Shuck versus Rattler has us uneasy. He's going to be going into double-digit rounds of your home league draft. Round 9 right now, an underdog because he's best suited for best ball anyways. When worst comes to worst happens with this quarterback battle. That being said, as we get deeper into drafts, you pay attention to where he's going into drafts. He's a guy that can score big on any given Sunday. Say the quarterback battle's not looking good. Both quarterbacks are rocky this year, and he's been trending well. Look at what he did last year. Almost all wide receiver 2 weeks, 17.6 average depth of target with a 25% target share. He would have had an elite season at that rate last year. He would have been cooked up the board in this year's draft at that rate last year. So even with suspect quarterback play, and quarterback play is bad, but we're getting that ADOT downfield. This is a wide receiver in the double-digit rounds, which I'm projecting for basic home league drafts with your buddies, drafting from Martha from accounting or Bubba at the bar. You're going to catch him at a good deal with that volatility play, but he's going to be like your wide receiver 5, 6, 7, 8, depending on your build. If you're going that route, but at upside, you just throw him in the lineup, close your eyes. But if things are rocking good, you're getting something like last year, 13.6 points per game with upside, with a good target share, with a good ADOT, and you're catching him at a discount. People are going to stay away from him due to the quarterback play. But that could be a diamond in the rough at the right price. Don't pay up, though. Now you're looking at Jaylen Royals. Because what if we catch a suspension with Rasheed Rice? And it's 4, 6 games, maybe more, maybe 5, maybe 7. Who knows? Who knows? But if that happens, Jaylen Royals is going to step up and get some opportunity. He's cheap. He's an upside play. And there's not many upside plays at wide receiver this year. It was a weaker wide receiver class in this year's draft. But this is a wide receiver on a good offense that's very efficient with the football. And he's carving out a good role in training camp. Some beat writers are saying he looks like Rasheed Rice when he started out with the Chiefs. Some beat writers are saying that. And I liked him throughout draft season. I thought he was a hell of a deal for the Chiefs. Almost like a free gift. Almost like it was planned. It was so much of a deal. And he's cooking in practice every day. He's got good hands. He creates separation. He's actually got some similarities to Rasheed Rice. And if Rice goes down, you're looking at the next man up, and he could be on the waiver wire in your league because how are 4 wide receivers plus Travis Kelce plus these running backs going to be rostered in a traditional home league draft? Best ball, they cannot switch out their lineups and pick guys up off the waiver wire in these leagues. So they're going for upside here, and plus upside kills it in best ball. So he's probably going to go undrafted in a lot of leagues. That being said, pay attention to him, and if you're looking for a lottery ticket play, and you're looking at Rasheed Rice wondering, what if he gets suspension, what's that going to look like? This is a wide receiver that could be stepping it up, and you're looking at Mike Evans. Mike Evans, healthy on the field, is a wide receiver 1, splash game machine, just getting wide receiver 1 weeks and down weeks. But look at the back end of the season, weeks 12 through 18. Double digits every game, even the wide receiver 3 weeks. Safe out there. Looking good right now. He's the chief of this offense. It's powered through him. Him and Bucky Irving. We got some talent here. We're looking at the talent like Emeka Buka. We're looking at Jalen McMillan. We're looking at those guys. But when he's healthy and on the field, he is a wide receiver 1 in big-time weeks, big-time performances. He's actually very cheap right now in drafts. Going down at like wide receiver 20 off the board. And he's got the upside. If he's healthy for a full year, it's another big-time season. Good target share, good ADOT, but Marvin Mims running with the ones, looking like the wide receiver 2 out there. They're probably going to have a mixed match of wide receivers. He came on in a big way last year in the back end of the season, and his price is increasing on Underdog. So people are putting money on him. It's not like I made this up. It's not like I read some news and I'm running with it. His ADOT was low for him. They're trying to get him with some yak, but he's a guy that can stretch it downfield. If you remember that rookie season, just big play opportunities. If he cashed in, he had a big week. If not, more than likely it was if not. It wasn't looking good, but he's starting to come into his own. Good prospect profile coming out of Oklahoma. Is a twitched up wide receiver, a guy I pay attention to. There's not many upside plays. Like, I know Christian Kirk's not going to win your league. Marquise Hollywood-Brown, if something happens to Rasheed Rice, should have some good weeks. Rashad Bateman's not going to win your league. He'll have a few wide receiver 1 weeks. When you're looking at Marvin Mims, this is a wide receiver that's going to give you some splash game potential. He's going to have some potential, have some big moments, stretching it downfield. He had that last year. He had a few, like 1 game or 2 during his rookie season. And he's a guy that could go off on any given Sunday. That's what you're looking at. But you're also looking at Jayden Reed. He's in a boot right now, but we saw him doing push-ups yesterday in practice. He's going to be back out there and on the field. But the thing is, he's in a boot right now, which means there's a chance you catch him at a discount. You catch him at a discount, you go get him. Like right now, round 7 Underdog, which means normal drafts, home league drafts, 8, 9, 10. If he falls down the board, you just go get him. You just pick him up. He'll get okay target share, okay draft capital with that, and you're looking at where he's going in drafts. It's going to be cheaper. People are going to lock into Matthew Golden. People are going to be worried about the boots. He's going to be hurt. People are going to wonder what's up. He's going to be back out there eventually, and he's a wide receiver that can make big plays. He's going to be working out of the slots. Got rapport with Love. He'll be back out there, and he'll be like your wide receiver 4 with that build if you're catching him at a discount. If you're paying up for him, if you're paying pre-injury price, that's on you, but you're looking at Ricky Pearsall here. Upside. Upside. He's clicking well in practice. He's looking well. He had a weird rookie year after getting shots. Came out back into the season, made some plays. He flashed. Didn't really practice much in training camp last year. So this is really his first full training camp here with the team. He's looking good. This is a wide receiver throughout his collegiate career that just got better. He's got good hands, good ball skills. He's very explosive and very aggressive. I look for him to turn it up this year. I think this is going to be a good value. I think this is a good value upside play. And that's all that is in this part of the draft anyways. Brandon Ayuk, week 6 or so when he's coming back. How's he going to be like when he comes back? And you're looking at Juwan Jennings. It's not like he's a supreme talent or anything. They ain't even going to pay him. Ricky Pearsall, they drafted him the first round in a stud wide receiver class. They could have waited on wide receiver and still got a good one. They made sure to get their guy. This is their guy, and he's showing up in practice every day. Marvin Harrison Jr. is also showing up in practice every day. Getting that work in against Will Johnson, who's going to be a stud cornerback. 22% target share as a rookie. 13.5 ADOT, average depth of target. That work rate's elite. Can Kyler Murray step it up? If Murray steps it up, he steps it up. And he's been balling out. He's looking thicker. He's looking stronger. I look for Marvin Harrison Jr. to step it up this year. I look for him to do so. However, he's being drafted as if he's already stepped up. Just a tiny bit of a discount. That's the thing about that. He's still a little bit expensive. Home league drafts, I expect him to go down the board a little bit in some areas, some regions of the country. Be on the lookout for that. If he starts going past Jack Smith and Jigba territory, just hit that button because he will be on a discount. He might be valued around that Jameson Williams, Devonta Smith area in your home leagues, considering the sour taste last year. Rightfully so. But it's an upside play to get like round 2, round 1 production. Jalen McMillan. So if you're out on Mike Evans for some reason, you think he's too old, then you got to start looking at Mecca Buka and Jalen McMillan. The thing about Mecca Buka, he's priced up. He's single-digit rounds right now in Underdog, which means he will be priced up to some degree in your home league draft, where Jalen McMillan can be one of your last picks. Came on strong last year. Good route runner, cheap, free. If injuries hit this team and he's out there, he's going to get it done. has a good rapport with Baker Mayfield, and is a guy that has the talent to be productive at the NFL level. Chris Godwin's going to be out. He's been out. He might be back sooner than later. This wide receiver room might get clogged up a bit, but he's also the cheapest asset of the bunch. Luther Burden is an upside dandy. And the thing about this, he's priced up a bit, but there's not many wide receivers with this upside. Because if he cashes to that, and there's a chance that that happens, because this is a guy graded as a first rounder that fell to the second round, who has been cashing out ever since he came to training camp, because he's been out since May 20th, came back 2 weeks ago, and just been killing it. And if he hits, he could hit in a big way where he's like a top 10, top 12 wide receiver. But the thing is, that's the what if. The what not is that he's just roster fodder on here. However, Marvin Mims, Trey Harris, Christian Kirk, Rashad Bateman, Brandon Ayuk, who's not going to be back till week 6 or so. Rasheed Shaheed, back quarterback play, more than likely. Keon Coleman, you don't know what you're going to get. Plus, Luther Burden's a better prospect. The price is there. The price is there. And if it doesn't happen, oh well, because you got plenty of more draft slots to shoot for upside at running back. Jameson Williams. J-Mo is looking good. He's been looking crispy on the route tree. Every training camp he looks better, and every year he's been progressing. So I expect him to progress even more. Maybe gets a little bit more target share. What if something happens to Amon-Ra? He's about to explode. He would explode if that happens. And he's up there. He gets volume. He gets a good ADOT. And he could go off on any given Sunday with those splash weeks. And those down weeks ain't so bad. They ain't so bad. As long as he's healthy and on the field, he's good to go for you in fantasy. But you're looking at Kyle Williams. This is another wide receiver on a depth chart with a lot of wide receivers here that need to step up. Kayshon Boutte included. He makes plays in camp. He's able to get the routes in season. Polk, Baker, not stepping up. Mac Hollins, we know what he is. Mac Hollins will have a run of 2 or 3 games this season where you got to look at him off the waiver wire. That's just a Mac Hollins special there. Every team he has 2 or 3 weeks. You don't know when it's happening, but it's happening. But Kyle Williams is twitched up, aggressive for the football. Washington State, played with Cam Ward. This is a wide receiver that over time could climb the depth chart, could earn more targets throughout the year, and could become a big thing in fantasy football. The strategy with Zay Flowers is, if you get Derrick Henry, this could be his handcuff. Because if Derrick Henry goes down, do you think they're going to run the ball like they got Derrick Henry? Or do you think they're going to have to end up throwing it a little bit more? And when they have to throw it a little bit more, Zay Flowers goes up in value. A 25% target share, a good ADOT. But when the passing volume increases, that target share is more important because the targets per game will go up probably to 8 to 10 range, making him more valuable for fantasy football. So him and Henry kind of go hand in hand. That's a strategy you got to think about. However, you don't want to own too many Ravens on your team. But also, Zay Flowers is a good wide receiver. He's steady when it comes to volume. His down games ain't that bad. But also, he can get you upside still. But if something happens to Derrick Henry, you may want to be looking at Zay Flowers. So if you got Derrick Henry, you may want to bump him up a little bit or look at Zay Flowers a little bit harder. I came across that thought when I was thinking about this team. Because Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell, they're fun. They're fun, but they're not Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's a one-of-a-kind running back that you'll never see again. If he goes down, this team's totally different. Zay Flowers' workload will go up a little bit, and that little bit's enough to boom him up there because you'll see that in some of those game scripts where the game script goes off. He gets those added opportunities. He's out there on 90% of the routes, running 26.6 routes per game, and he's getting opportunity even with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's the cog here that if that pulls through, Zay Flowers could go off. So if you got Zay Flowers even naked without Derrick Henry, this is a wide receiver that can help you out. Those are the wide receivers we're looking at today. Who you're drafting, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.